Hello and welcome to yet another live of Boomer Live. This time we're talking in English because we are exhausted with words in Hindi. So this time we're not talking in Hindi anymore. So that's the reason we're back talking in English. And welcome you all to this beautiful live. It's a wonderful day today, and of course, there's no better way to start off this live by talking about the Indian team. As you all know, this is the World Cup year. Now, what do you know when it's a World Cup year? World Cup is coming back to India after 12 long years. So that means we are excited. Team India is excited. And we are all here to talk about something more exciting, which is about cricket and India's run to the World Cup. As it's every World Cup year, who is going to bat at number 4 for Team India? This is the nation wants to know. We want to know. The entire world wants to know who's going to bat number 4 for Team India. Serious questions here. Right, and that's what we're going to be debating about. I'll open the discussion. Sandipani, आपको क्या लगता है कौन करेगा इंडिया के लिए ना 4 नंबर पे बैटिंग?
I love your
I
Arnab
don't know
impression.
honestly because with the current scenario of the Indian team, I mean youngsters are getting a chance, and you see all sorts of players coming in and batting at all sorts of positions. We even saw Ishan Kishan being promoted to number 4 to up the ante and scored his maiden half century of just 33 balls. So it's talking about the ODI format. I think we know about the openers. Shubman Gill and Rohit Sharma are going to be the likely openers. Yashasvi Jaiswal is likely going to be the I mean the spare opener for Team India. So Virat Kohli at 3. It all depends on KL Rahul and Shreyas Iyer's fitness. I mean, they have not KL Rahul. KL Rahul in the middle order for India in ODIs have been brilliant. When we talk about KL Rahul, the player, the T20 player or the Test player, not very inspiring. But if you talk about KL Rahul, the ODI batter, especially the middle order batter, he has provided performances for India in dire situations, scoring a
Mhm.
slow 50 or playing the anchor's knock of 60 or 70 runs
Why do you have
of
to take
90
the
deliveries.
word slow 50s? Isn't that a
I
little
mean,
bit
slow 50. I
discrediting
mean,
Rahul?
KL Rahul is very effective when the team is chasing 200, 210. But he's not so effective when the team is chasing 300, 350. That time
Mhm.
you need other players to perform, and KL Rahul will just provide you a run a ball 30 or a 35. As he says, strike rate is overrated. So I mean, Hardik Pandya, Jadeja are coming in at 6 and 7. So everything depends on the fitness of KL Rahul and Shreyas Iyer. I think Shreyas Iyer, I will give him. I'll keep Shreyas Iyer above the pecking order in terms of KL Rahul, but KL Rahul has that advantage of keeping and being the keeper for Team India. Otherwise, he'll have to
Mhm.
bank on Ishan
Yeah.
Kishan to
Yeah,
keep.
we will talk about it. We'll talk about it. Let's not jump the gun straight away. Sandipani already went to the all. Sandipani has actually covered all the topics now. So it's
Yeah, I
now,
mean,
we don't
we
have to
come
talk
here,
about
we
it.
speak for 30, 40
Actually, the
minutes.
number 4 discussion should have been a little more something which we have taken later in the stream. Couple says Indian concern. Yeah, by the way, couple, we are back on time after your suggestion. After we saw your comment saying that we don't come on time, that's primarily because some of us are pretty lazy to come a little early, and
Yeah.
our day starts late at night at
With
11.
some of us, we mean with the person who has the authority of controlling the YouTube.
That's not me. So that's really not me, guys. He is
Yeah.
trying to push away. And Saloni says, "We missed you guys. We missed you all too. It was a pleasure to have you all back. It's been a while since we saw comments on our live. It feels like
Yeah.
it's raining.
Yes.
It feels like it's raining after a drought. I'm happy about that. It's been a while. Finally, it's here. But nonetheless, thank you all for joining. It means a lot. It's coming from bottom of my heart. I just felt like we have to close a live section because no one was joining in. You all are so natural, are nocturnal. Okay, I heard. I thought natural. Yeah, we are. We are. We certainly are.
We are
But let's
naturally nocturnal.
we are certainly.
Yeah.
But let's start about talking about what this team is going to do in West Indies because that's our first major step leading into the World Cup. Then we saw the squad. It's a decent squad which we have put up. Some surprising names, Unadkat and Mukesh Kumar, which I certainly don't see them featuring in the World Cup, but they found a place in the one-day team. I still think they're mixing formats with picking up Mukesh Kumar and Unadkat in the white ball format. I don't know
Yeah.
what is the entire idea behind it, but we have Siraj there which again is a good thing. He's a decent bowler. He's been doing a Shardul Thakur there. I think he's going to get a game, of course. Akshar Patel and Kuldeep Yadav and Chair as well. Let's start off with the bowling attack before we go to the batting because it's an easier thing to sort out because bowling attack is at least not a big concern. How do you see this team? What is your expectation out of the bowling attack from this particular tour? Because I still think Kuldeep is our number one spinner.
Yeah, I think at this point in time, with the kind of form that Chahal has been in, you would have to say that Kuldeep takes the number one spot. And most likely, what you're going to see tomorrow is when it comes to spinners, it's going to be Aksar and Kuldeep who are going to play tomorrow. But now, I would still suggest that India go, if they are playing Shardul Thakur, then I think for me, the way to go ahead is play the Kulcha together. Because with Shardul, I think you can get that lengthy lineup anyway, the extra batter who can ball, give you 10 or at least 5 to 6 overs. So why not, go with the Kulcha and bring back that aggressive approach, especially being it being played in the Kensington Oval. There's going to be some bit of turn available there. So
Yeah.
I would really like to see it happen, but I think for me it's going to be probably it's going to be Shardul Aksar for the lengthy batting order, and then Kuldeep Yadav, and then I
Mhm.
think Mukesh Kumar is probably, I think Jaydev Unadkat is probably the one who's going to come up there. So I think that's
Yeah,
how the
makes
lineup going to be. Yeah,
interesting. Interesting that you mentioned that.
and then yeah, Mohammad
Shanwari,
Siraj is
assalamu
there. Yeah.
alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam, Shanwari. I hope you're doing well. आप खैरियत में होंगे और we are all doing good. Um, and is Pakistan trying to play basketball? We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it later on. But let's start talking about what we're focused right now, and which is the Indian team. And we'll talk about the Pakistan team as well for the World Cup. We'll talk about every team for the World Cup. It's just not India, guys. People are also trying to think that we're talking a lot about India. We still don't talk a lot about India, I feel. But yeah, let's talk about that. I still don't think Kulcha is a viable option one day cricket at this point when you have Jadeja there, when you have Akshar Patel. It's either between Akshar and Jadeja, then you have a Kuldeep.
Hmm.
Then I still think India will play with three seamers, which is going to be Unadkat,
But I think
Mukesh, and
the fact that you're going to be
I think it's
playing
going to be.
in India, you probably can play them and Jadeja together, because
So
then Jadeja can be
the
considered as
question
a
becomes
batter
over
who
here,
bowls.
then you have to certainly pick one between. I'm just expecting Bumrah is fit. I mean, I don't want to
Yeah.
jump the gun later on. Let's stay on this series before we talk into that discussion. We'll talk about that later in the stream, I believe. Sandeep, I just want to ask you on this particular question as to do you plan for this ODI series keeping in mind the World Cup, or do you just go, okay, it's just one of the series and we'll think about in Asia Cup what is our best 11?
No, no. Obviously, I'll plan for the World Cup because we have seen Team India plan for the World Cup uh, in T20 for the T20 World Cup last time around as well. They planned everything, and then suddenly you saw Mohammad Shami get into the T20 World Cup out of nowhere. So I mean, you have to back your players. I hope this. I mean, the selection committee. We have all been very critical about the selection committee. At least I hope this time around that they have a long-term plan in mind. That they pick the 11 that they are planning to stick on to at least
Yeah,
till the Asia Cup, and see if a player is failing for 7-8 games, like we saw
yeah,
Avesh Khan in the lead up to the last
yeah,
T20 World Cup. He was failing
mm,
consistently. He was completely out of form.
yeah,
Then okay, you just take him out and you get in another bowler. But
yeah,
this time around, I think India almost have that core 15 players. It's
yeah.
just that we have to select between those 15, 16 and get the best 11 out. So I think I'll agree with Jaden over there. I also feel that, and you as well. I don't think Kulcha is a viable option for India, especially because you
Yeah.
have quality all-rounders who are in great form. Ravindra Jadeja, Akshar Patel,
Yeah,
both in great form. So I think either of Jadeja and Akshar Patel is going to play. Jadeja and Akshar Patel
yeah.
will not be an option because
I
Hardik
think
Pandya is also
Jadeja
there.
gets that nod
So
ahead because he's miles
I
ahead at
think
this point
they
of
are going
time.
to
I
be the
think.
sixth bowling option.
Yeah, to agree. And with Hardik Pandya also being
Exactly,
there,
exactly.
I
Jadeja for sure, but if you want to rest Jadeja after bowling
yeah, I just had you
Yeah,
break up a
yeah,
little
I
bit,
think
but
Kuldeep Yadav. I think Kuldeep Yadav. For me, I think the
yeah, go
three
ahead.
bowlers are going to be Kuldeep Yadav, Mohammad Siraj, and
Mhm.
Mohammad Siraj, and I think Umran Malik is going to get the nod ahead, especially because of his middle overs
Yeah, I
bowling,
think Imran Malik will
and
because he's
the
been
fact that they
faithful in the
have
one day
backed.
squad.
Exactly, and I think Umran Malik has done a decent enough job in the middle overs. Not so much in the last 2 3 months or right before the IPL as
Yeah,
well. He was not in the best of forms, but I think since India have backed him up to take him for the ODI series, I think he's definitely going to play there. As far as
mm,
Unadkat and Mukesh Kumar are concerned, I feel that since they went for the Test squad, I think they are just as a reserve option. I don't think India
right.
are going to try with them. So Shardul Thakur, Mohammad Siraj, and uh, Umran Malik are going to be
Malik
my three
and
paces for
Kuldeep
tomorrow.
Yadav and Jadeja.
Yeah.
I also
And
feel the
Hardik
same.
Pandya.
The fourth,
Yeah.
and Hardik Pandya will be the fourth seamer, and that's going to be a very interesting lineup as well. I mean, that's a very good point because Umran Malik is someone we've not spoken enough about, and if you look at his one-day record as well, he's got a very decent one-day record. Whatever games he's played, I know some of the matches he's gone slightly bit expensive, and that's something which you get with the ball like this. But
But
if you
Umran
just
Malik
talk about
hasn't
his
really
one-day
done
record as a
anything to be
bowler,
spoken about in recent times.
yeah, but if you just look at it, 13 wickets in 8 games at an average of 27, and economy is just 6.45. But if you look, he's a wicket taker, genuine wicket taker in the middle overs. He's an enforcer who can come in and destroy batting orders in the middle overs. You saw that in New Zealand as well in a couple of occasions. Generally, you reckon it's a right way now that you're backing him because you're not mixing formats at least with this player?
I mean, I am still interested how Umran Malik fits into this lineup because some of the T20s that, I mean, some of the one days that he played again, I think it was with Ireland that he played. I think he's
No, no,
not
no, no. He's
played
not
as
playing any
much.
one day with Ireland. He picked up
Has he
wickets in
not?
Bangladesh and New Zealand
New Zealand and Bangladesh, yeah. So I would
and
be
Sri
interested to
Lanka
see
as
how it
well.
goes tomorrow because if there's one thing that the West Indian batters love, it's pace on the ball. And Umran Malik could be either of the two. He could either be the person who rips through that West Indies batting lineup because we've seen them struggle against quality fast bowling. But at the same time, if you don't ball at the right areas, then the same West Indian batters will be really, will really take on that opportunity to go after you. So it's going to be a double-edged sword putting him in there. But I think I am interested to see how he goes about it because the issue with him has been that he's a confidence player, and how the Indian camp is right now set up. I don't know if he would have gotten an opportunity if the injury list was clear. So he has a lot to prove, and that's where I think his metal will be tested. So really interested to see how he goes about it. But yeah, I think Sandipani is on to a point. I did miss the fact that Umran Malik is in the squad, but
Yeah.
now that he's there, I'll probably add him in there because of an X factor compared to maybe Jaydev Unadkat or Mukesh Kumar.
Yeah, Mukesh Kumar as well. And he's played for India previously in recent past as well.
Yeah.
So he's certainly up in the pecking order, but I still don't understand the selection of Shardul Thakur once again. It's still a mystery for me in all three formats. Well, I'm not going to go into that. But let's talk about our batting order now. Number one thing is a wicket keeper for the World Cup. Now, he didn't mention, Sandeep, did mention the KL Rahul conundrum, but I personally don't think KL Rahul is going to keep for the World Cup. Considering he's coming after a thigh injury, considering he's not yet shown his finish with the bat, he has to go out there, score runs. I don't even know if you have to give me an option, I personally won't take him for the World Cup at all. You made the same mistake last year for the T20 World Cup. He came after an injury. You put him into Asia Cup straight away. I know he played at Zimbabwe Seas, but he was not good enough even there. They put him to Asia Cup. They took him to the World Cup with the belief that he's a quality player. And you saw what you got in the World Cup. You got just 150 against Bangladesh and string of single-digit scores where you know you're going to be 6 overs, 30 runs, 1 wicket down every game. So that's one thing which you get with KL Rahul, which I didn't really want him in the World Cup squad as well last time. But now, would you want to do the same mistake by going to KL Rahul? I'm not sure how fit is KL Rahul, so I'm slightly ruling him out for that perspective. But let's talk about Ishan Kishan and Sanju Samson. That's your only two options left now, with Rishabh being ruled out, of course. Who do you prefer? Jaren, maybe you can start out with that, or Sandeep, either one.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely back Sanjay Samson because Sanjay Samson's had a prolific record in one-day cricket. He's not even gotten as much opportunities, but how much ever he's gotten, he's really translated it in the one-day format. I know in the
Mhm.
T20 format he's been slightly on and off, but if you look at his one-day records, he's got an average
Yeah,
of 66. I think that's
yeah,
the highest at this point in time in
yeah,
the squad at least,
yeah.
and he's been striking at 104. So he's a perfect number four, number five player for you because the same position that number five, number four,
And
what
remember,
he
it's got
expects
five
them to do.
not outs as well, which certainly makes him a good
Yeah,
enough finisher as well.
exactly. Correct. You're right. There are five not outs there. So one thing about a number five, number four player is that he's a player you want in two situations, right? He's a
Mhm.
player you want who will help you build something, build an innings when maybe if you've lost us two early wickets in the power play. But
Yeah.
Sanju can do that, and Sanju is also the kind of player whom you can rely on to get those late, a little bit late fireworks where you can
Mhm.
push the score beyond 300, 320, 330. Ishan Kishan,
Yeah.
on the other hand, I genuinely am a little concerned. Again, I've said this many times before that he has had issues, especially against spin. Judging the line of the ball when the ball turns a little bit, that's been his major issue. But the
Yeah.
way he's played, I think that 150 he scored against West Indies kind of will give him that, and the fact that Rohit Sharma has preferred him over anyone else, and also that he's a left-hander. These are the reasons why I feel tomorrow he might feature ahead of Sanju Samson. and it'll be a while before Sanju Samson gets an opportunity ahead of Ishan Kishan.
Mhm.
And Rishabh Pant is also recovering on the sideline, so I mean, you never know if he makes a late entry into this side.
Yeah,
Not the
makes
West Indies
sense.
squad, of course, but I'm talking about the World Cup.
But I was just looking at some of the stats which he had in the one day format as well. If you look his best of times, he's averaging 42, but even that is considerable to the 210 which he scored against Bangladesh, where he really played well there. But other than that, if you look at his batting position wise, number three has a decent average of 40 odd. But if you look at number four onwards, that's where the things start getting really, really tricky. Strike rate is at 67, average drops down to 21. Now, do you really rely on Ishan Kishan for the World Cup, who is still technically not even sound? And that's one of the biggest reason. Uh, Arey, arey, hey, India ko harane ghar mein. Don't worry. Hi, Aisha. It's been a while, and I hope you're doing great. Uh, yeah, it's going to be interesting because the match is now scheduled on 14th of October, if I'm not wrong. And it's going to be pretty interesting to see how India and Pakistan plays because it's going to be a very interesting contest because Pakistan also playing some good cricket. And considering the subcontinent, I'm expecting Pakistan to be a strong force in the World Cup, and they are my top four for sure. I'm not sure which position they'll end up being, but I'm pretty sure they'll make it to the top four. Considering it's in Asia, considering they've got some youth in their team right now who are really going out, eager to go out there and perform. And with Babar, with Rizwan, and also with the openers right now who they've got, I think they've got a decent team to go out there and make it to top four, and also the bowling attack. So that's going to be very
Yeah, I
interesting to
think
see.
for me as well, Abel, Pakistan is probably the best format for Pakistan is the one day format because both Babar and Rizwan love playing this format. I mean, you would have to say that the kind of strike rate they bat in T20 is the perfect strike rate to bat in the one day format. And this is not a dig on them. This is just facts for me because both of them can be much more destructive in the one day format.
Yeah,
Also, as you rightly mentioned, I mean, they're playing some exciting cricket at this point in time. It's not been easy to go to Sri Lanka and dominate them. So to
yeah,
see that going on, that'll really bring a lot of confidence for to Pakistan and Pakistani fans. Also, love the
yeah.
fact that Aisha is not forgotten Sandeep Ali.
Yeah, hello, Dushman Pani. But it's fine, you know.
I mean,
It's
Jerin is now also in the enemy list,
No, I
which
think
is a
she
surprise.
means Dushman Pani and Jeren. Like
Okay,
yeah.
I'm
okay.
separate.
Okay, there's an and there, but nonetheless, it's happy to have all the old peeps
So talking
back.
about
Just
I think talking
like
about
that.
the Indian openers, I think we shouldn't debate too much as to who will take that number four, number five spot, the wicket keeping spot, that is Indian wicket keeping spot, because no matter how much we support or want Sanju Samson to really go out there and play, I am 100% certain that tomorrow Ishan Kishan is going to take the
Yeah.
field,
Yeah,
because clearly Rohit Sharma backs him. Also, Mumbai Indians connection. Sanju Samson, come on, move on to Mumbai Indians. Probably you'll get to play the ODI,
yeah,
more ODIs if you just could feature in for the Mumbai Indians. But I think jokes apart, I think Ishan Kishan is going to get that nod ahead, and he's going to get 3 to 4 opportunities at the.
yeah.
I mean, at the minimal. He's going to get those 3 4
I
opportunities
think
to make a
India's
point, get a
last
high
roll of
score.
dice would possibly be in the Australia series, which will happen in September and right before the World Cup, where if things don't really go well, if until the Ishan Kishan has been a horrific time, then India will have to make a, they have to press the SOS button, and they might have to just go to Sanju Samson there, and that is where SOS, they have to go to SS with Sanju Samson, and he's going to be the emergency button over there, and I certainly hope that's not the case. I would, if I was Dravid likes Sanju
See,
Samson personally a lot. I have a
yeah.
feeling it's going to be Sanju Samson tomorrow, considering he can bat number five and considering he can also finish games for India, which
I
I don't
mean,
think
I'll just
that
give
We'll,
you
will
we
be.
will
a
see who
little bit
has
of
the higher
clarity.
authority, whether
You're
Rahul
going to
Dravid or Rohit
require,
Sharma,
yeah.
who has
I
the
mean, you're
final
going to
call.
require Ishan Kishan to play at 3-4-5. You're going to require Sanju Samson to play at 3-4-5. Not even 3-4-5, rather 4 and 5.
Yeah,
And if you look at Ishan Kishan's records, he's only batted up to 4, right? He's not batted any player below that.
anywhere below
And
four.
even at
Yeah,
4, his strike rate is 67, an average of 26
67.
in 6 matches. He's played the
21,
most at number
21
4.
rather.
And if you look at Sanju Samson, he's got an average of 90 at 6, 52 at 5, and that is exactly the kind of batter you need. And he's played 5 matches at number 5, 4 matches at number 6. So cricketing acumen requires Sanju Samson to play. The only reason why I see Ishan Kishan getting that slight bit of
Because he's going to be
advantage is
biased
because of
over
the
Indians. Nothing
left-handedness.
else, man.
No, I
Left-hander and
think the
one-handed spice.
left-handedness
Nothing
is
else.
the only excuse that they'll give. because of
Yeah,
the fact
because
that he's
he's a
left-handed.
left-hander, and it's obvious that it's Mumbai Indians bias. There's nothing more to talk
It's
about it.
Mumbai Indians bias. Yeah,
It's
it's the vada pav
So
absolutely
we
bias.
will
written on
we'll
the paper.
just get to see whether Rahul Dravid has the final call or Rohit Sharma. Because
It's Rohit
if it is
Sharma.
upon Rahul Dravid, I think Sanju Samson will get the nod ahead.
I
See,
think
if it is
it's
up to any person with prudent knowledge, it should be Sanju Samson. Anyone who
yeah.
wants to prefer Mumbai Indians
So
players will definitely go for Ishan
are you
Kishan.
implying that our captain does not have sufficient knowledge?
Then I will judge after 7 p.m. tomorrow. You'll see my post.
No, no, I
But
don't think the series against West Indies can be a, a bar
no,
of
a series against
judging a
West.
player.
You know what? The best of Indian teams or best of teams who have played for the World Cup already knew who was going to be their wicketkeeper batter for the World Cup. Here you do not know who's your number 4 5. Here you don't know who's your bowling attack, and we have World Cup in 3 months. Not even 3 months. We have World Cup in
I
just 2 months
mean,
and few
that's a
days.
very fair point that you've raised. I mean, I remember 2007, no, not 2007. I think 2008 or 9 or 10. I mean, 8, I think it was, or 9, it was when India was playing the Asia Cup or something like that. I remember Dhoni saying that we're looking for the World Cup and the squad, we're preparing it for the World Cup. And he took 3 years to prepare. And here we go, 3 months. I
Yeah.
think we'll get a similar
But you know
success
what?
rate.
What the best combination would be? I think I won't mind if both. I mean, India gives a chance to both Sanju Samson and Ishan Kishan. Ishan Kishan
No,
at
I don't
four,
think that's
Sanju
going
at
to
five.
work. I still think Surya should play in this team at any
Surya
cost.
Kumar Yadav
Yeah,
in
I
the
think,
ODIs hasn't really done anything, and
No,
I think
that's what I'm
as
trying
you
to say,
but
right?
I
brought
would
up,
like
It's
to see
just not
Surya
makes
Kumar
sense.
fair
Yadav
to
at
judge
number
Surya
5,
on basis
number
of three
6,
ducks.
I think I would like to see him in number 5, number 6, where he can get those 20 overs to be the finisher for India. For
Yeah.
me, I think he is much stronger when it comes to. I think when he faces that ball which is 20 overs and
Yeah.
before, he might struggle a little bit more. But the moment he comes to that end where the ballers are trying to be defensive, that's when Surya Kumar Yadav is at his best.
I
So
have
I
a
would
very
like to see
interesting
him
batting
that
order
way.
for Team India. For me personally speaking, Sanju bats number 4 for me. Hardik bats 5 and Surya at 6. But I don't think that's going to
Yeah.
be the way because I think Surya will still bat 5 and Hardik at 6. Either way, it doesn't matter. But I
You
don't
can
see
also
Surya
have a
finishing anywhere
Jadeja come
top.
in at number 4, number 5 if you desperately need a left-hander at the top.
Left-hander, yes.
Exactly.
I don't think
Yeah.
that's a bad idea at all. Because
Yeah.
if you just want a left-hander, bring Jadeja up the order, or else play Akshar instead of Shardul. I still think is a better option. Just don't go for Shardul for batting. If you really want someone to bat and ball and pick wickets, go for Akshar. I think it's much more better than going for Shardul. I think he'll do something with the ball. He's good in the field, and he can do much with the bat than what Shardul can give you. Then you can rotate the batting order. Then I think there's a lot more flexibility and confidence in the batting to just go all out, batting really at a very good pace. And that's the way India should think about it. And I don't mind India playing three spinners in India. Now, if you look India's schedule, India are playing the first match in Chennai on October 8th against Australia. That is a turning trap. And there you certainly need three spinners, in my opinion. And
And in the
Hardik can
last
do a
World
third
Cup,
seam
when
as well.
India had that successful run in the World Cup 2011, we had Harbhajan Singh, Ashwin, and we also had Yuvraj Singh coming in and bowling in 7 to 8 overs.
Yeah, but not every game. Most of the games, India had
Most
Harbhajan
of
and
the
Yuvraj
games.
bowling. Akshan played a couple of games there. But that's what I'm talking about. The game in Chennai, you saw Yuvraj, Harbhajan, and Ashwin play. So that's what I'm trying to imply on to right now. If you're going to play in conditions like Delhi, Chennai, you need three spinners over there. In conditions which are going to be more fast bowler friendly, it's okay to shorten your batting order with Kuldeep batting at number 8. He's no mug with the bat. And then you can bring in Siraj, Bumrah, and Shami, which is a very good and very potent bowling attack, rather, where you have opening versus Shami and Bumrah and Siraj, and then you have Bumrah to control the middle overs and later on in the death as well. If Bumrah is fit, I'm just implying to that as well. But let's talk about number 4 right now because there are a few options for the World Cup because I am believing that I'm hoping that Shreyas Iyer will be fit by then. So Shreyas Iyer, KL Rahul, Surya Kumar Yadav, and let's put in a Sanju Samson as a batter, not a keeper. Who do you fit in at number 4 there then?
I mean, it's a tough call. I think I would still go with Sanju at number 4 because I believe
Yeah,
he is at fit for India because, again, as I said, right, he's got phenomenal record in one-day cricket. And I feel he isn't as rushed as he is in T20 cricket when he feels that he needs to be on the attack right away. Feel in one-day cricket, he's a little bit more laid back and he takes his time. Maybe he looks for a boundary every 2 overs if he doesn't get one right away. So
yeah,
T20 cricket, it sometimes feels like he's in a little bit of rush where he's trying to score a boundary of every third, fourth delivery, which is
yeah.
fair enough. I mean, that's how the T20 cricket has moved on to. Except for the Indian selectors, everyone else would have really enjoyed that kind of batting. But one-day cricket, I feel, is a little bit more relaxed, which makes me feel he's a very good fit at number 4. Only thing I'm worried about this is what you rightly mentioned, Abel. I still know that tomorrow it's going to be Ishan Kishan, no doubt whatsoever. Go with him. And then what I really think is going to happen is, again, if Ishan Kishan doesn't perform well, what happened with Avesh Khan, right? You kept pushing him, putting him in the team despite his poor performances. And then I think one series before the main event, there was the Asia Cup. Right before the Asia Cup, you removed it from the team, and then you threw in a very young Ashdeep Singh, and he did do good enough. But then it took time for him to get used to that position. So that's where I am worried about Sanju Samson, because it doesn't always work out like it did work out with Arshdeep Singh.
Yeah, that's what, and that's gonna be again catastrophic for Team India. If you look at 2019 World Cup, we made the same mistakes where you tried Ambati Rayudu for a long enough time, then you tried Ajinkya Rahane to start off with, then you tried Manish Pandey there, then you went to KL Rahul for some time, then ultimately you went to Ambati Rayudu again, Dinesh Karthik. Then what happened in the World Cup was KL Rahul started the first match as number four. Then after that, when Shikhar Dhawan got injured, Vijay Shankar batted at number four. Then when Vijay Shankar got injured, Rishabh Pant batted at number four, and I have no idea what really happened in the World Cup. Come the big match when you really wanted number four to step up, I know Rishabh Pant did a very good job playing that 30 odd in the semi-final, but you did not know who was going to be batting where, and that was a major issue what India had in
Why
that
is
World
no
Cup. And
one talking about Vijay Shankar for this World Cup as well? Especially after the IPL that he has had.
yeah, I mean, is he part
You
of the
never know,
Diozal
Sandeep Pandey.
Trophy which is happening right
You
now?
never know. You never
Is he
know
part of
with
the
Vijay.
Diozal Trophy for South Zone?
Is he playing? I am not sure.
Because South Zone has been doing pretty well, and I don't see him in the other trophy as of now. So he's not there. If he was part of the other trophy, he could
He's
have had a
preparing
good
for the
Diozal
World
Trophy.
Cup. He won't play the Diodar Trophy and Vijay Hazare Trophy right now. He'll just wait for the World Cup, come for India, score those 20-30 runs, pick up 2 wickets of 2 balls against Pakistan, and lead us to victory.
Oh
Yeah, I
wow,
think anyone
it's
standing
such
in
a
his way will be injured. That's the Vijay Shankar curse.
yeah. That's one thing about him. But that's about it from today. I think we'll be back tomorrow. I think we can join after the match, right? What time the match gets over? I'm hoping it's 3 o'clock. Oh, that's too late. Let's come
It's
after
a
the first
one-day
match.
match starting at 7 o'clock. Abel, it's not gonna end.
Well,
Yeah, so let's come at the mid innings.
we'll,
That's better.
we'll do a watch along. When Kohli is on 95, 96, we'll come live at that point.
If Sandeep has said something, that's gonna not gonna happen. So let's just not say anything.
Shut up, yeah.
Last time when
Abel
Sandeep
puts
when
the
Kohli was
worst
batting
curse
at
on.
60, he was like he got out at 78 to one of the shittest balls balled by Rakim Cornwall. So that's what I'm trying to say. So
But then
just
again,
don't say
I was
anything.
also there when Kohli scored that century.
Yeah, but
So
when
I
we were
think the
saying
only
Kohli is gonna,
curse
it's
when
gonna be
it comes
tough.
to Sandipani is when he wears India's jersey, which he's never gonna wear ever again on a live. He's
I'll,
done
I'll,
wearing
I think
India's jersey in
I
his
think
life.
I'll,
Sandeep is
I'll,
the Adidas one. That's gonna really work.
no, no, I'll wear the Indian jersey. I'll wear the old Baiju's Indian jersey for tomorrow's game. Let's see how the curse works.
Dude, you're
I
talking about
think
West Indies, man. You will say
India's
now India will go on
bilateral.
and defeat them, and you're gonna be like,
Yeah, I
see,
mean,
the
India
curse
as a
doesn't work.
bilateral bully is so strong they can withstand your curse. It's only when India is sensitive. It's only when they're playing an ICC trophy.
But you never
I think
know.
it's time.
The rain
I would
might
love
come
to
in
see an
and play a
ICC
spoil
trophy which
sport.
is sponsored by Paytm. That's when India will win.
Okay, Aisha, you're talking about coming to India and watching the World Cup. Yeah, you should maybe book hospital beds in Ahmedabad at this point because there's no hotels available. And let's see, it's crazy expensive. Hotel rates have gone up to 55,000 in Ahmedabad at this point.
Hospital beds are also really expensive in
Very
Ahmedabad,
expensive.
from what I
If you
hear.
want a
Yeah.
full checkup with a hospital bed and breakfast on bed, maybe you can try coming to India. But other than that, I think Pakistan will play most of the games in Bangalore and Chennai, which is good. It's Bangalore is a great place, great weather, great food, great people, which includes Sandipani. So
And
yeah,
and for
uh,
Bangalore games or for Pakistan games playing in Bangalore, I think the crowd will be less because they are playing some of the weaker
I
teams in
think
Bangalore.
we are planning to go watch Pakistan versus Australia. Let's see if everything goes well. We'll try to cover the World Cup from India, and we'll travel along with the team.
I
And
really
there's
want an
something more
autograph
exciting.
from Babar Azam.
Yes, बता any कौन देगा Pakistan? No, no, I don't think so. They are open for everybody to come to India. If you have a visa for the purpose of World Cup, they are gonna give you every single
No,
thing.
I think she means whether Pakistan, she's not sure whether Pakistan is going to come for the World Cup or not.
Oh, okay. Then I'm not sure, but
No, no,
I
I think
can't.
that's the question. I think what Abel got it right because she says, uh,
Yeah,
be-
yeah, that's what all the fans,
"आने
media,
कौन देगा
everybody is
Pakistani
communicating
को?"
with
Yeah,
that.
बेटा आने कौन
Yeah,
देगा Pakistan?
because I know few people from Pakistan who are traveling to India for the World Cup, and I think it's only fair that you can get a visa for the World Cup and you'll be granted access by the immigration and come. I'm not going to talk about the full-on procedure, the itinerary, but you can definitely check
I'll
it
be
out.
traveling to Chinnaswamy for sure to get the autographs of Rizwan and Babar Azam and to know how they play with such exemplary average. I think
Yeah, I will also
I'll
go
take
to
an autograph.
Chinnaswamy to watch Shaheen Shah ball because I always loved
Oh
watching him.
yeah.
I
Oh
just
yeah,
want
I
to go.
love watching him ball, dude.
I want to see how
He's
Mitchell Stark and Shaheen Shah ball. It's a small stadium,
I would
man.
also want to see the emerging players, Shahnawaz Dhani, who went on to play the emerging Asia Cup, to come in and play for
Emerging
they
players
Pakistan.
also include
emerged,
Tayyip
Anurag.
Tayyar from
They
30
have
and one.
emerged.
30-year-old Tayyip
They
Tayyar.
are here.
Surprisingly,
I think there's a
emerging players
podcast
also
coming out in
included
this.
Soumya Sarkar.
Yeah, Soumya Sarkar and Sri Lanka team had some good 7-8 players. I'll put up that stat again for you all for the emerging nations come. I just love putting that stat up all the time. So this is the average
If not
age.
for some sort of bans, I think,
Yeah, there we go.
yeah.
I think
If not,
um everyone, I
if
think
not for
except for
some sort of
Bangladesh and
bans,
India,
I
everyone
think
was
Sri
earlier
Lanka
than
A would
me
have
and
had
Nitin.
Gunatilaka.
Yeah, I did tell to Jaren about this backstage about having Gunatilaka in Sri Lanka, and he's a very good player. In my opinion, he still deserves that. Possibly that Sri Lanka call up, and I think he's going to make in Sri Lanka win the T20 World Cup in 2024. Nonetheless, on that note, I'm ending the live right now, guys. Not forget to check out our premium contest with Boomer 11. It's absolutely free to play as well if you want to check the financially non-risky option. But other than that, you can go out there and enjoy the predictor feature with us and this World Cup and also the West Indies series. Make your team for the West Indies series right now. We're going to put up some predictions on the Instagram page, and possibly we will come for the mid innings or pre-match, however it'll work. We'll try to figure it out. We'll post it before we come live, and we are trying to create a community as well on YouTube. So join in the community. We'll try posting from our on a community as when we're going to go start going live. So
Yeah.
keep subscribing to our channel. Click the bell icon as well, so you can be part of this exciting community of Boomer 11. And also do follow our Instagram page where we take fans on the show and talk about what is their opinion on the series as well. Take care. See you all
Yeah.
very soon. Bye.
Good
Bye
night,
bye.